can try and win championships, and that's what it's all about. When you look from the outside and you watch this team, I know we're going to have a real good, solid hockey team this year.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Fireside Rangers. I'm your host, Anthony Rivardo, back in person with my co-host right here, Eric Wilson. Today, we're going to go over Adam Fox, go over some season predictions for Adam Fox, and kind of discuss if we think he's going to repeat as he did in 2021 as the Norris Trophy winner. Of course, Norris Trophy winner 2021, 2022, didn't win it, but in 2023, we think he has a good chance of winning the award again. So we want to discuss Adam Fox as a player for the New York Rangers and discuss what we think his season in the 2022 to 23 season is going to look like. But before we dive into Adam Fox, our season predictions, and all that fun stuff, Eric, how are you doing today?
Doing good. I didn't even realize it until you just said it, but this is the first time we're doing this in person in a week or two. But it's good to be back. The season starts tomorrow. Home opener against the Lightning. Very excited for that as well. Which hopefully, if we can figure it out, we'll be live streaming throughout the game. If any of you fans want to watch the game along with us, and yeah, ready to talk about Fox because we never talk about him on this channel.
Yeah, we haven't really touched on Adam Fox too frequently, which is a surprise considering how great of a player he is for the New York Rangers. We've talked a lot about some of the other stars on the Rangers. I guess that kind of speaks to how good of a team the Rangers are. We've had discussion videos about Panarin, Shesterkin, and now we're finally making our way to Adam Fox. We want to discuss him before the season kicks off, but like he said, we're going to be covering the game right here on the channel, so make sure to subscribe if you're new and ring the bell so you don't miss a video. But let's go dive into Adam Fox. Like I mentioned, 2020 to 21 season, he was a Norris Trophy winner. In that season, he played in 55 games. He had a plus 19 plus or minus score. He had 5 goals, 42 assists, and 47 points. Now, I think this was the shortened season due to COVID, so playing in 55 games and putting up stats like that, rather impressive, pretty insane to be completely honest. And then last season, he was also a dominant force as well with 74 total points, 11 goals, 63 assists, a plus 18, 128 blocks on the defensive side of the ice, and he also did play in 78 total games. So statistically, you can't get much better than that out of Adam Fox. He's been dominant for years now for the New York Rangers, and we think that his dominance is going to continue in the 2022 to 23 season. But Eric, what are your thoughts on Adam Fox's performance over the past few years, and how do you think that's going to translate to this upcoming season?
I mean, it's been stellar. He's definitely been our best defenseman since he's joined our team, and we keep talking about players who need to break out, players need to get better and develop. Adam Fox never had that issue. He's only 24 years old. He came onto the team and was instantly a game changer. He's played phenomenally every single game, every single season. And, the fact that he's 24 is he's getting to the point in his career where he's entering his prime, 25 to 29 is when you really see the best of every NHL player come out of them. So to see that he's already almost a point per game player at this stage in his career, throughout the next 3 or 4 seasons, I could see him hitting 80, 90 points, maybe even potting a 100-point season at some point. We put a poll up recently discussing who we thought was going to lead the team in points, and I threw Adam Fox on there. Didn't get a lot of votes, but I don't think people understand how much he really contributes to the team. I think he has a very high chance of being the highest point scorer on our team this upcoming season. I expect big things.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the amount of assists that the guy racks up year in and year out, like I said, 2021, 42 assists. Last season, 63 assists. He is always facilitating the puck and creating opportunities for his teammates, and he's just racking up points through that regard. And another great thing to mention here, as you just did, he is 24 years old, and the Rangers do have him locked in all the way through the 2029 season, so he's not going anywhere unless he gets traded at some point, which I doubt the Rangers would ever even consider trading Adam Fox. But he's going to be here on the salary of $9.5 million average annual value all the way through the 2029 season. He's not going anywhere. This is a star for the New York Rangers that's going to be here for a long time. Eric, how do you think his career with the Rangers is going to progress throughout this contract?
I mean, I think it's going to be pretty steady all the way through. 9.5 is a lot of money. So, maybe later down the line on that contract, as he reaches close to 30 years old, if his play starts to slip, then that's when we might start considering possibly trading him and moving that contract. But as of right now, for the next 5 years, I would say he's locked in. He's going to keep coming in, day out, putting up almost a point per game, maybe even more. And I think he's going to continue to get better and better. He plays on that first D line with Ryan Lindgren, which is another thing I wanted to touch about, is extremely helpful because Adam Fox is a great offensive defenseman, as we've seen with his stats. And the fact that he plays along with Ryan Lindgren, who's more defensive minded, more of a hitter, gritty defensive defenseman, it helps like balance it, because Adam Fox does have the ability now to carry the puck up the ice, play on the power play, and make these offensive pushes, and not be able to like be nervous that him taking it up will cause us a goal, because Ryan Lindgren will always be back there playing defense if need be. So just the fact that they have that duo, it's like the yin and the yang on that first defensive line.
Kind of like a fire and an ice, so to speak. And I think that is a really solid point to make here, the chemistry between those two and the way that their playing styles play off of each other. Just for reference, Ryan Lindgren's stats in the 2021-22 season, he played in 78 games. He put up 4 goals and 11 assists, so 15 total points, had the same plus-minus 18 as Adam Fox, of course. But those two playing alongside each other create a really formidable defense for the New York Rangers. And I really like the point that you made there, where Adam Fox has the ability to move up in the ice and kind of be an offensive defenseman and really throw out of assists down the rank, and kind of add some goals as well. I mean, 11 goals last season, that's a pretty solid number for a defenseman in its own right. But Ryan Lindgren being that hard hitter on the back end, that true defenseman, I think that is a great way for the New York Rangers defense to be kind of balanced out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like the same thing also kind of applies to like the rest of our lines, Then like our second defensive line, you got Miller and Trouba, where Trouba is like more of the defensive-minded defenseman, and you got Keandre Miller, who's also playing on the power play, taking the puck up the ice, and the same thing. It's a great strategy that the Rangers have going on right here, and it's been working a lot. So hopefully this upcoming season, it will continue to work as well.
100%. So, Eric, before we kind of wrap up this video, I want to know, what are your thoughts entering this 2022-23 season for Adam Fox? First of all, do you think he's getting that Norris Trophy again? And what do you think his points total is going to look like this season?
I think he has a very high chance of winning the Norris again, but you do got to keep in mind the other defensemen that are out there around the league. Just last season, Cale Makar on the Avalanche won it. He is arguably the greatest defenseman in the NHL. Roman Josi is also a very formidable defenseman, as well as Victor Hedman. So there's a lot of big names out there. I just named 4 of them, including Adam Fox. I think it's definitely going to be one of those 4 who takes home the Norris, unless someone just comes out of nowhere and just plays like Jesus out there. But I think Adam Fox has a very good chance of winning the Norris Trophy this upcoming season again, which would be great to see for the team, especially because we're kind of thinking Igor might also win the Vezina again. So just to see the Rangers picking up these accolades would be very nice. As for point total this upcoming season, like I said, Fox is entering his prime. He's playing on an older team now with better players. I could see him hitting anywhere between 85 to 95 points.
I think that's completely reasonable and fair. I think that he's going to net around 80 points as well this season, and I do think he's got a really good shot at winning that Norris Trophy, and I'm really excited for the Rangers to hopefully bring home some accolades, bring home some trophies, and of course, hopefully with all this talent, we go ahead and bring home the main trophy, the Stanley Cup.
That is the only one that matters.
It is the only trophy that truly matters at the end of the day. I'd love to see Adam Fox win the Norris Trophy for his own personal accolades, but the only trophy that matters is the Stanley Cup. So hopefully all this talent that we've injected into this roster, into these lineups, hopefully that goes a long way in helping us win that Stanley Cup.
Yeah, and in order to win that Stanley Cup, we are going to need a huge season from Adam Fox leading that defensive lines right there. Trouba might be our captain right now, but I don't think that's going to affect the amount of ice time that Fox does get. I think he's still definitely going to be our number 1 defenseman, statistically wise, and like ice time playing wise, skill wise, all of that. Fox number 1, baby.
100%. But that pretty much wraps up this episode. Make sure to subscribe if you're new, like the episode if you did enjoy, and comment down below your season predictions for Adam Fox. Reminder, tomorrow is the season opener for the New York Rangers versus the Tampa Bay Lightning. We're going to be covering that right here on the channel. So like I said, make sure to ring the bell so you don't miss any of our episodes. We'll catch you on the next one. Have a good one, and let's go Rangers.
Did a little normal one today.
He shoots. He's